Did you know that with just a few simple techniques, you can completely transform how you handle stress? I'm going to share 10 quick stress busting techniques that have helped not just my clients, but also me personally as an executive coach. These practical, powerful, and perfect for busy executives like you. Stress is such a huge part of executive life, but it doesn't have to control you. Hi, I'm Dr. Carter, Dr. Twanna, and I'm an executive coach for Black women. Today, I'm walking you through 10 actionable stress busting techniques you can actually start using today to beat stress, maintain focus, and feel more in control just in time for the new year. I got you covered. Stick around because you'll leave this video with tools you can implement right away. Let's face it, executive life is demanding. I run two businesses, so I know. From constant decision making to back meetings, sometimes the pressure almost never seems to stop. Stress impacts not only your health, but also your ability to lead effectively. I've been there myself, feeling overwhelmed and unsure of how to balance it all. Fortunately, there are stress busting techniques that really work, and I'll guide you through all of them. So let's dive right in to the 10 stress busting techniques, starting with some you can use immediately. Number one, box breathing for instant calm. If you've ever felt your heart just kind of boom, 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 racing before a high stakes meeting, right? Try box breathing. It's really simple. You inhale for 4 counts, you hold for 4 counts, you exhale slowly to 4 counts, and then you hold still for four. So again, that's breathe in for four, hold for four, breathe out for four, hold for four. So you in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold, right? It's my go-to strategy. I'll be honest with you. I know I speak a lot before the public, and I've done a lot of speeches like in person, before thousands of people. This is my go-to strategy before public speaking or intense discussions, right? Now, number two, and if you've heard of this before, drop it in the comments for me. Drop it in the comments and let me know. And I do want to say welcome to those of you who are watching live. And I also want to say welcome to those of you who are watching the replay. I am always, always so appreciative of that. So, number two, the power pause. This is a 5-minute reboot. When you're feeling frazzled, just take 5 minutes to step away from your desk. You can breathe or visualize a peaceful place. You can also listen to soothing music. I actually love Tibetan singing bowls, and I'll link to one in the comments. But Tibetan singing bowls, I've actually played this one outside of my office and my door was open when I was in an office before COVID happened. And I will have people walk by my door, hear the Tibetan singing bowls, and stop and just stand in my doorway because it was so relaxing. And then, like 2 or 3 minutes later, they go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm literally standing in your doorway." But I get it. They are so relaxing, right? These micro breaks, they help your brain to reset so you can actually focus better. And number three, do some desk stretches to release tension. Long hours at your desk. If you're like me, you can hear the snap, crackle, pop in your back. Long hours at your desk can actually lead to physical tension. And simple stretches like a nice, gentle neck roll and some shoulder shrugs can really be game changers, right? You can actually also try wiggling your toes. No, really. Wiggle your toes and see, just I'm wiggling mine right now. Like I'm gonna wiggle my toes. It is so relaxing and you can feel the tension release. And normally my clients tell me they can feel the feeling travel up from their feet all the way throughout their body. It is truly relaxing. I often sneak in a stretch break between meetings to stay sharp. Some days when I have clients back to back, always leave enough time in there so that I can do some stretches and kind of release some of that tension. In addition to, I have a motorized desk where I can hit that button and then it stands up and sits down, lets down for me. That's also great as well, so that you're sitting sometimes, standing sometimes, and you can do it at will. And I got to tell you, when I stand, I can hear that creaking and popping in my back, and it's nice to let go of that stress, right? So, number 4, I know this may not be a favorite of some folks, but digital detox for focus. Turn off all your notifications for about an hour a day and watch your productivity skyrocket, right? Honestly, I do this anyway. I don't like for X or Facebook, or I don't like to have any of those platforms ring my phone, buzzer, make noises. Why? Because it's a huge distractor. It is such a huge distractor. And when you're focused and you're distracted, it could take as much as 20 to 25 minutes to get back into that focus, that zone that you were working in. Right. And also schedule focus blocks on your calendar. It not only helps you get more done, but it also lowers your stress level. And it sets in its own self, it sets a boundary, because if you tell folks that it's on your calendar, and when folks ping you with an email, have an outer office that this is my block time. I'll be with you as soon as this time is up. Let them know when that time will be up. And you're technically responding. You're just not responding in the minute. And now you're managing expectations of when people have access to you versus them having access to you all day long. I mean, all day throughout the day, right? I often have people they zing me a couple of times with text messages or emails, like, I've emailed you 3 times. And when I get a hold of them, I'm like, I don't attend to any social media or emails or anything until I'm outside of meeting with the client. When I'm with the client has my whole attention. I'm not going to stop to answer an email because it came in. That's a way of managing expectation. It actually helps you in the long run by lowering stress, and people will start to learn, so that you don't get hit with like 10 messages. You didn't call me, but I told you my schedule is blocked and I will call you at this time. All right. Number 5, stress journaling for clarity. You know, if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, write it out. Jot down your stress triggers and possible solutions. I promise you, putting pen to paper can be surprisingly therapeutic, and it helps you to manage your stress throughout the day. All right. So I want to know if you guys can actually do me a quick favor. Okay. Um, would you, if you are finding value in the 5 ones I've mentioned already, the stress busting techniques, could you go ahead and like this video, like right now? Tick that like button, give me a thumbs up, and as well, could you go ahead and subscribe to my channel? And thank you so much for being here, and thank you for liking this video and for subscribing to my channel as well. And let's move on to number 6, healthy snack breaks. And this is a big one, because did you know that stress can cause sugar cravings? Yeah, that is why you feel like, and I was talking with the client, as if you can't get full. And you have those moments like you feel like you just can't not get full, no matter how much you eat. Oftentimes it's because your stress level is up and or your anxiety level is up. Okay. And so to combat this, have some healthy snacks around, like almonds or fruit. Keep it nutritious. Keeping those nutritious options on hand is a key to staying energized, because if you do, like the commercial says, You get a Snickers bar, it is great in the moment, but you tend to get that crash later on. And that crash doesn't make you feel so great, especially trying to get my scarf fixed right here. Especially for me, like early in the afternoon, if I had something sweet, you get that crash and it doesn't make you feel good. But if you get a protein or something that's healthy, drink some water, it actually is better for you and you feel a little better as well. Number 7, this is number 7 is visualization for confidence. Just, do a of I love so my kids have gotten into the Golden Girls, right? And I know they were not even born when the Golden Girls was out, but they love it. So they love Sophia's character, and she always goes, picture it, Sicily, Italy. So here with visualization for confidence, picture yourself somewhere relaxing, where it's just very peaceful, it's very calm, it's very serene. And, or you can also not do this. If I have difficult, and I know I have a difficult conversation with someone coming up, I just picture that conversation going well, me saying what I needed to say, what I wanted to say, paying attention to what the other person has to say. Or even if you have a big presentation coming up, just picture yourself nailing that presentation. Visualization reduces pre-task anxiety, and actually boosts your confidence as well. Again, I have long used this one before, a difficult conversation. It just works. It puts me in the right frame of mind, because I feel calmer and I feel more just calm and confident, right? Number 8, gratitude micro practice. Do pause every so often throughout your day and name 3 things that you're grateful for. Research actually shows that when you pause and you write down or you say what you're grateful for, it actually does shift your mindset and it makes you feel better. You shift your mindset from stress to positivity. This simple habit can really have a massive effect on your mindset and how you view stress, because research also says that it is how we view stress that makes it really stressful or not. So if you change your mindset to how you're viewing it, stress doesn't seem as stressful. Things don't, everything around you doesn't seem like a mountain, because sometimes we kind of know that it's not a big deal. It's like a molehill, but just thinking about it and seeing that way, it's like it gets personified to like you got to climb all these huge mountains around you. But when you use these stress busting activities, the mountains actually come back down to sizable chunks, and you feel confident that you can handle those chunks, right? And number 9 is delegation. Lighten your load with delegation. As an executive, you really don't have to do the proverbial it all. Now, if you're one of those person giving me the side eye going like, yes, I do. I can't trust these people I'm working with. If that's what you say, then someone is in the wrong job. You need to make a decision. Is it you in the wrong job or is it them in the wrong job? But clearly, somebody's in the wrong job or they're not trained well for the job that they have. Just going to put that out there. Let that marinate a bit. Delegating tasks does empower your team because, again, I truly believe that as a leader, one of my most important jobs is to train the next generation of leaders coming after me. So when you delegate, you empower your team and it gives you the mental space to focus on what truly matters. And oftentimes, it's those things that are, strategic items on your list that you like, I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to get around to it. I really am going to get around to it. When you delegate, you are able to get around to it. And finally, number 10, take a quick outdoor walk. The fresh air and movement are so powerful. They're just extremely powerful stress busters. Even a 10-minute walk, as much as a 5-minute walk, can help you reset and approach challenges with a clearer mind. Now, I used to walk the length of my building. I had a boss and we had like really intense questions, and Any of you have ever worked for the government and someone from Congress came down with a question, QFR, a question for the record, you don't do anything else. Your job stops until you answer that question. And normally it's a data call, it's a lot of data analysis. And sometimes you're stuck for weeks on one question, which just drove me crazy when I was doing it. I don't like to do the same thing over and over. I like to have new and exciting things. And so when I would get to the point where it's been a week, week and a half or two, and I couldn't see, I just could not put it together. Whenever I did that, I would just get up and take a 5 to 10 minute walk, right? And the length of my building actually was a block. So I could either walk outside or I can walk inside if the weather didn't permit me to walk outside. And I got to tell you, I was always amazed that 3 to 5 minutes into walking, an answer will pop up. I was like, really? I've been at this for 5 days now and a 3 to 10 minute walk worked for me. Okay, whatever. I'm using it. It works. That's okay. The real magic happens when you realize that these small changes do add up to larger changes over time. Managing stress isn't about eliminating it completely. It's about having the tools to handle it effectively. When you practice these stress busting techniques consistently, in other words, you got to practice them enough to build a habit, you'll feel way more in control, make better decisions, and even enjoy your work more. To recap, stress is inevitable for executives, but it doesn't have to define your leadership or your leadership style. With these 10 quick stress busting techniques, you can take charge of your stress. Definitely improve your productivity and maintain balance in your life. And remember, it's about thriving under pressure, not just surviving. If you found these 10 techniques helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with someone you know that can use these tips. Which I'm interested, which technique are you going to try next or try first? Drop it in a comment and let me know. I'm really interested. Until then, I'll see you in the new year.